My name is Maria, and I am the founder and CEO of Ecolens. And Ecolens is organizing this amazing online hackathon together with Aleph Zero. The hackathon will be hosted on our online hackathon platform, techFiesta. Tonight's session is the kickoff session for the hackathon, where we will speak about what is Aleph Zero, what is this hackathon about, what are the expectations of the hackathon, what, of course, are the prizes of the hackathon and the next steps after the hackathon. You will have the opportunity to ask questions. We have a member of the Aleph Zero team here on the call tonight. So yes, this is Vlad. So if you have any questions to him, or regarding the hackathon or regarding techFiesta as well, you can ask us. And yeah, so let's kick this presentation off and this session off. I will share my screen now and show you a couple of slides regarding the hackathon. Just a second. Already said we're kicking off Aleph Zero's hackathon tonight, and you can scan here the QR code to get to techFiesta, which is the platform hosting this hackathon. On techFiesta, you'll see all the information needed for the hackathon, which of course we will also speak about tonight. You can register and submit your results. And all information about Telegram and Discord, where you can ask questions, is also on techFiesta, as well as all recordings from the hackathon events. So this hackathon is with Aleph Zero. We'll have Aleph Zero in a few minutes here presenting what is Aleph Zero and how you can build on Aleph Zero. But before we do that, I want to briefly speak about the hackathon and the hackathon tracks. So the hackathon is launching today, and you will have time until the 15th of December to submit your result. It's a purely online hackathon, so you can group a team together with other members. You can find them on the Telegram channel. I will show you a link in a second. And we have 3 tracks. We have a DeFi track where you can create an innovative financial application using Ink. You can we have the ZK track where you can use the Shielder primitive in order to build a solution that benefits from privacy in unique ways. So Aleph Zero is all about privacy, but Vlad will talk about it in a second, I guess. Or the third track is tooling in infrastructure. You can create a developer or infrastructure tooling for the Aleph Zero ecosystem. So these are the 3 tracks where you can submit a project. What are the bounties? So the first winner will receive 2,000 USDC, the second one 1,000 USDC, and the third one 500 USDC. And all of you will have access to the ecosystem funding program with up to 500K in dollars per project. So Aleph Zero is extremely supportive for all projects building on Aleph Zero. They have a very, very good ecosystem funding program, and all submissions will have access to this funding program. Now, I will give the word to Vlad to introduce Aleph Zero, and afterwards I will show you all the links that are important for this hackathon. But before that, Vlad, please introduce to us Aleph Zero and how we can build on Aleph Zero.
Yep. Hello, everybody. The introduction of Aleph Zero itself, I'm afraid, is a bit of a thing you've seen already, I think, but we'll do anyways. Where is the button? The button is here. So I will be sharing my screen in a moment. Well, Aleph Zero indeed focuses itself on privacy as well as on being fast. That's the entire crux of Aleph Zero as a blockchain. Also very scalable, very good. All the marketing just is in here, you can see. And the numbers as well. Very low finality time, so blocks are ready for you in under a second. Also, quite small transaction fee for each and every of your transaction, with an average being kind of like less than a portion of a cent, which is good enough for a blockchain. And yeah, I have a lot of stuff, a lot of people. It's also decentralized. Have a lot of validators all over the globe as well. Um, so all the good stuff. Um, yeah, to introduce you to the speeds, buckle up, I guess. Uh, um, so this was one of the projects, and they're basically making a transfer on the Aleph, and yeah, just making some inputs, scanning the code, and it should be done momentarily. Sending and see the wallets, sending, and bam, ready. Yeah, it's not a setup, it just works. So it's a fantastic thing to build upon our blockchain, because, well, anything you need to speed for, you can use Aleph for that. And yeah, so yeah, basically everything I've just mentioned. Also, the privacy stuff, we are very much in par with our mathematics, so all the zero knowledge stuff, NPCs, etc. We are also actively developing upon it currently. Decentralized, low transaction costs, everything. It's a very cool blockchain to build upon. Yep. So more to hands-on experience. Um, a lot of our use cases, are a lot of good use cases are where you need a good speed. IoTs, where you need fast communication, where you need to, I don't know, activate something, control something, uh, yeah, communicate with a tool. Our blockchain can be quite a good thing to build upon for and the IoTs specifically. Yeah, uh, all this comes off of being fast and, well, having no transactional costs as well. Um, yep. Also, good use case for building upon would be creating some decentralized identities, like know your client stuff, and building all around it. We actually have a few projects on our ecosystem like that already, dealing with all the stuff. But if you have some unique, imaginative concepts, yeah, feel free to build upon them as well. Yeah, interesting part for the hackers specifically is our, as has been mentioned by Maria before, the ecosystem funding program. Yeah, do feel free to browse through it. And actually, this hackathon is a great opportunity for you to be considered as a member of this funding program as well. We will be judging the bounties and the projects upon the end of the hackathon, and yeah, those who are considered good enough can actually then participate in this ecosystem funding project program, and well, be funded to further build their projects. Yeah, we are very keen upon expanding our ecosystem. Yep, and well, everybody else who just has a great idea, or but it doesn't have enough resources to build or to develop or market it, or doesn't know any low specific stuff. Yeah, we can help you out with that via the program. So yeah, feel free to browse. Um, Yeah, a bit on our security stuff. We have this liminal project, which is actually a whole framework of privacy stuff with a whole bunch of mathematics and programming involved, of course. It's a very exciting tool, and as a part of it, you can actually um, go through our shielder as well. which would kind of hide the transactions happening on our chain, so that you would, instead of seeing like account IDs on the transaction, you would instead see some cryptographic magic happening. Yeah, and also you're very much encouraged to look through the shoulder, see if you can suggest any good applications for it, maybe something unique, maybe something clever, maybe improving upon it somehow. And that would be a good use case for a hackathon, I think. Compliance with all the legal stuff, the anti-laundering stuff, the KYCs and everything legal coming for the blockchains is kind of on par with what we're doing as well. And yeah, you haven't any ideas on how you can build something interesting for a hackathon here is also a cool thing to think about. Yeah, Zero ID is actually a great project, and it has stamped itself out of a hackathon as well. We've met the guys on the hackathon, then they've joined our EFP program and have actually already built their system. You can go ahead and check them out. They are awesome, honestly. And it's very inspiring as well to see a project grow from a hackathon. And yeah, take an inspiration from that. Very cool guys, honestly. Yeah, and also all this other stuff with like European DLT exchanges, everything, everything blockchain related. Feel creative and feel fantastic and build something interesting. That's what hackathon is about, right? Find yourself a team, do it alone, ask the questions, just be cool with that, and do the great stuff. That's why we are here, right? Yeah, a bit about technical part of Aleph. It is a layer one chain, but it is also built upon Substrate, which is a framework created by Parity. It has a lot of modifications upon that, so it is a proper layer one. And on top of that, we have our own Aleph BFT. Yeah, so it's a consensus which basically forces all the speed requirements and everything else. You can actually look it up on GitHub as well. And yeah, we are building all the stuff smart contract related with Ink. I believe you can look upon the lecture on Ink here somewhere. There is a link for that.
Yeah, I'll share the link afterwards, and I'll talk about all the sessions that we had together.
Yeah, that is, if you're unfamiliar with Ink, that's a good place to start. There's also a lot of links and documentation on the Aleph page itself, on Use Ink page. Also, if you want to get more familiar with Rust, there's a lot of documentation for that as well. I believe the lecture also included how to go through with a simple smart contract, like how to build it, how to deploy it, how to instantiate it, how to make a few transactions. So everything related to smart contracts you'll find in the lecture, and also feel free to Google, it's all over the place. The information is out there. Yeah, but speaking of Ink specifically, it is a rather young thing as a concept, and the tooling around it is also in development, and it's a great opportunity for you to go ahead and see what could you be missing as a developer in there. What could you contribute to the tooling, for example, or maybe you have some cool ID plugin idea. Yeah, think around that as well. There's a lot of things to do there. Also, there's a lot of tooling being developed currently. For example, Drink comes to my mind. It's an E2E testing framework. You can go ahead and look it up on GitHub as well. Feel free to contribute. Feel free to use. Feel free to I don't know, if you're lacking any feature, feel free to go ahead and request something, or maybe build something yourself. Yeah. So yeah, there's a link for further reading and documentation for you. And yes, I guess we could discuss bounties a bit more as well. Right. So I'll just leave the link in here. And with our bounties, we have everything DEX related. So if you have any cool idea on how to interact with the finance on the chain, maybe some tooling around this as well, maybe some cool market idea, go ahead and build around that. It's well pretty self-explanatory, and creativity has no bounds. If you have an idea, discuss it on Discord, discuss it within your team. You can even discuss it with us to see if stuff can work out and is actually interesting and useful as well. The other stuff is around ZKs. It is, well, if you're well within the ZKs themselves, it is a pretty mathematically involved topic. So I would suggest to go there only if you're experienced with the ZK themselves. Or other than that, you could also go ahead and look through our Shielder and see if there's anything that you can suggest, or maybe have a cool application for it. Maybe you would have some development to add up on the Shielder as well. Yeah, so see for yourself. Yeah, and the last one was about the tooling. As I've mentioned, it is all in development, all very, very lively. You can see the patches shooting out here and there all of the time. And it's very exciting to be in this lively ecosystem of everything changing and developing. And it's good it's a very good chance and an opportunity for you to jump into and go ahead and help out however you can. Maybe share some ideas. Maybe you're coming from I know Ethereum development, and you are using constantly some particular tool which now you're terribly missing, and it's a good opportunity for you to create such a tool for Ink, for example. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, thanks, Vlad. I would like to share my slides yet now again. All right. Just to continue basically all the important information about the hackathon. So we mentioned already that we had previous events, right, where we introduced Aleph Zero and where we spoke about the tech stack. So everyone here can watch the recording by scanning this QR code. I will also ask Prosper to drop the link here in the conversation. So you can also click here. It's on the Tech Fiesta YouTube channel. The recording is there, so you can watch it. Also, today's session will be uploaded there after this session. The recording will be uploaded, and you can rewatch it, or people that haven't participated can watch it. We'll have another event together with the Aleph Zero team during the hackathon on the 4th of December. We call this a hackathon ideation and Q&A session. So Vlad mentioned that if you have a hackathon idea, you can discuss it with us before proceeding on working with it, or you can start working with it, and then you can ask questions during this session of how to best approach it. Maybe the Aleph Zero team will have any suggestions about how to build the solution that you're thinking about. It has proven for us in the past that such sessions are very useful for the participants. So we're offering you the opportunity to ask any questions regarding the project that you're building, or any other questions that you might have during the session. It's still quite in the beginning of the hackathon, so you'll have about almost 2 weeks after that to still build your project. And use the feedback from the session to implement in your project. And then on the 20th of December, we'll have the closing ceremony shortly before Christmas. We'll announce the winners of the hackathon, and it's going to be a good Christmas present for everyone. Yeah, so this is about the hackathon events. The hackathon events could be also viewed on the landing page of the hackathon, which I will show in a second. All right, so if you don't have a team and want to participate in the hackathon, you can find a team in our Discord channel. There is a dedicated section for this hackathon, the Aleph Zero Hackathon, or you can join the Telegram group and you can also find a team member there. Just introduce yourself and say that you're looking for a team member, and you will find one because this is how we have been working in the past. People introduce themselves and say that they're looking for a team member, and then you can find team members to work with on this online hackathon. Now, as I already said, you can join the hackathon on techFiesta.dev. Here is a QR code leading to the hackathon, and I will stop sharing my screen now and show you how the platform looks like and how you can join the actual hackathon. Just a second. I need a few clicks. All right. So, all right, guys. So basically, this is how Tech Fiesta looks like. This is our platform. And here are all the active Tech Fiestas, so hackathons and developer challenges that we have. And here's the Aleph Zero Hackathon. And it's already active. You can see this by this green light here. And you have 18 days to go and to build. So you can click here on Start Hacking. And you need to register for the hackathon. So before you register, you need to create an account on Tech Fiesta. It's super simple, just an email and a password. But before I register, I just want to show you that you'll have all the information here. So you have a little bit about Aleph Zero, you have about the bounties, you have the challenge here with the 3 tracks that we just spoke about. You have the links to the Discord server and the Telegram group. And here you can register for the rest of the hackathon sessions, not only the kickoff session, but all the other sessions that we will have. All right. Also, here are the submission requirements. The Aleph Zero team provided a very specific requirements, what needs to be done when you submit your project. The events are here, as I already mentioned. We had 2 past events, and you can watch the recording here. And here you can register for all hackathon sessions. And here, of course, you submit your result, but first you need to register. So I click on register. Now I'm registered, and in submit your result, I can here drop the GitHub link. When I do my project, you just drop the link here, and then you submit. And then the Aleph Zero team will be able to see your submission, and yeah, you win the prize or not, right? Okay, guys. So yeah, that's it. And here, of course, the key information. When are we starting? We're starting today. The submission deadline and the end date is basically the date until when we're gonna announce the winners during the closing ceremony. All right. So this is from our end. Now we can take some questions. If you guys have any questions, you can either unmute yourself and ask, or you can write the questions in the chat. I saw that we lost some people during the session, but I guess we still have some that are here, and we can take questions, guys.
Hello. Can I be heard?
Hello. Yes, sure. Please.
Yes, I'm Benjamin, and I'm from Uganda. I was just inquiring if I've always had this one idea that I wanted to implement, although that's what I was going to implement it in a blockchain if it's called Celo, because it's based in Africa, and it was the cheapest and all that. So I was like, oh, I don't implement it in Celo. Then I got to hear of this one, so I was like, why can't I implement it in this one? So I just inquire if I can implement it. So the idea is that it's supposed to be like a payment platform. If you ever heard of mobile money in Uganda, or sending money easily via your phone, like I don't know, it's more like okay, have you ever heard of mobile money before? Something like it's I don't know if it's just an African thing, but yeah, you send money. Money is on your SIM card. You can just send it from one phone to the other, something like that. But rather than having it on your SIM card, you can have it via blockchain, and it becomes way easier because the transaction cost will be less, and it is safely managed, because there are some cases whereby your money gets robbed because it's on the so it's on your SIM card, and someone can either just take your SIM card out or steal your phone and also get your money. And with all those case scenarios of like, so that brought up the idea of maybe creating a similar system, but on the blockchain. So I was just inquiring if your system is able to do something similar, because I haven't honestly read up on it much. I apologize for that, but I'm going to, because I really want to participate in the hackathon, and I found it really nice, and I love Rust. You know, I started learning Rust like 6 months ago, and Rust is my main motivation for participating in the hackathon. I want to learn more of that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, with direct money exchange, it often comes down to a lot of legal issues. So I guess that's a big stopper right there. But say if you were to tokenize everything and were instead sending some tokens, as in a marketplace, or as in offering something for the tokens, or just trade in the tokens, then yeah, you can simply create your own smart contract on Aleph, which would involve transferring or minting, burning all the token stock. You can actually follow through our PSP22 example on cardinal cryptography GitHub. There's a good example for you set up. So yeah, you can basically just copy the smart contract in there, build upon it, and see how it goes for you. Yeah, but direct money transfers, I believe, it would be a hard feat to come by legally.
Yeah, that's the main issue. Also, I also faced on my side. That's actually why the project stopped. But if I'm able to hold state, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. If I'm able to hold state, because it's almost the same thing with banks and same where mobile money works. Just holding state and having that the peer-to-peer kind of network safeguarding it, having a different node having to verify the data. That's enough. And I just love Rust. That's why I just jumped onto this. I love Rust, so you got me there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Cool. We have a question in the chat. Is it possible to participate with a project that is running on another protocol and we modify and deploy it on Aleph? The project is about private exchange of sensitive data. It will be open source.
What do you mean by another protocol? Exactly.
I assume this.
I hope you can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a solution that is working on Ethereum, but also on some other protocols, and it is blockchain agnostic. And it is a set of tools for securing data and private sharing of data on the blockchain with traceability, but without conflicting with privacy. And this is kind of a tooling because it can be also used by other developers. And I was wondering if this could be also appropriate to modify it and to deploy it on Aleph.
Is it like a set of smart contracts, or is it some other sort of tooling?
Yes, the smart contracts are part of the software components, but also there is a backend part with the storage of the information and user management. And of course, yes, the smart contracts are part of the whole package.
Yeah, so everything but smart contracts should work chain independently, right? But the smart contracts themselves, well, they are not the EVM smart contracts, so you'd have to resolve to Ink smart contracts instead, which means you would probably need to rewrite them into Ink and then deploy them and see if they work for you.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And we need to research what is the effort that we need to put on this, and what does it mean in terms of time, and whether it is doable for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, if you've been writing with Substrate stuff, so Ink is actually like on high level, the same concepts, you would want to do with Ink the same thing, right? So jump into Ink if you have already developed a few smart contracts of your own. Shouldn't be too hard for you. Also, the compiler is terribly helpful with everything considered, and yeah, it of course depends on how much stuff you've written with your smart contracts. So rewriting a lot of stuff can take its time, obviously, but it shouldn't be too hard conceptually.
Okay, we'll definitely check it out. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Any other questions?
Hi. I have actually quick question about, for example, if I want to build a MetaMask snap for Aleph Zero, so is it will be counted for tooling infrastructure part, or you will expect more like application things for this hackathon?
Well, do feel creative. Don't limit yourself.
Okay.
If the project is unique, if it is a good application, or maybe it's not unique, maybe it's an idea which has already been there, but it applies in some interesting direction, or it has some uniquely well-written code, or it is just a fun application or something like that, then feel free to develop.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? No. Let's wait a couple of seconds. If you have any questions, you can also write them in the chat. But okay, guys, so this session is recorded. You can find it on our YouTube channel from tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, but we will inform everyone on social media when it's updated. Also, to register for the hackathon, you need to go to www.techFiesta.dev. And we'll have another session, as I mentioned, on the 4th of December, where you can ask questions again. We can have an ideation session for your ideas, or you can just ask questions after you have started building. Yeah, you can see the link now in the chat. So again, a request for Discord link. All right, the Discord link is also actually on the hackathon landing page. But yeah, Prosper, maybe you can drop the Discord link as well. Yeah, any other questions here from the audience? Or Vlad, do you want to say something else, or just to wish everyone good luck?
Yeah, well, so generally, during the hackathons, think about presenting some very good, applicable, nice quality stuff, but don't chase something which is a final product, like something grandeur. It should be compilable, it should be working, right? But it should have a great concept, or at least a good concept, or something fun and interesting. But don't aim yourself for something grandeur. Like don't aim to build something too big for a hackathon project. Rather think more in the idea space. Think out of the box, and yeah, write the good code. And importantly, have fun with all of that stuff. I think with some pleasure during your creations, they will come out as pleasurable for others to look upon as well. So yeah, have fun and good luck.
Thanks so much. Yeah, I also want to wish everyone good luck, and I'll see you in the next session. Bye.
Bye-bye.